What's going on YouTube? So with today's video, I'm going to give you 10 great more fragrances that you can get for under $40. This list will comprise of fragrances that you can wear, or just fragrances for all seasons. So you can have some summer fragrances, some autumn, spring, and winter. Some of these will be very versatile, while some of them will be a little bit more laid back and casual. Let's just get it started right now. Fragrance number one is going to be TRUSSARDI UOMO 2011. This is a relaunch to the original UOMO that came out, I believe, in 1978. It's an old fragrance, alright? But this fragrance here does have some of the old school as well. It's vintage with a modern twist, even though that it is like now an 11-year-old fragrance. There's galbanum, violet, clary sage, geranium, oak moss, and leather. So it definitely does have that vintage vibe. You're gonna get the violet. The violet does add a little bit of a powdery touch. This is an aromatic fragrance. You're also gonna get the leather, that oak moss. And it's quite herbal with the clary sage itself. So if you like older school fragrances but with a little bit more of a modern twist, I think that you're gonna like this one. This is perfect for the spring. You can dress this one down to dressing it up. It's a very versatile signature scent, and longevity off this one here is gonna be 7 to 8 hours. Fragrance number two is from a brand that I plugged a lot back in 2015 and 2016. Ferrari's VETIVER Essence. Unfortunately, all the Ferrari fragrances are discontinued, so you're gonna have to get this one while you still can, but you can still get it for a pretty reasonable price tag. Leather Essence, however, which is like my personal favorite, is, man, that one is so expensive. This one here is actually a unisex fragrance that I do find dives more so towards the men out there. It's a more masculine unisex fragrance in my opinion, but there's loads of coffee, loads of vetiver, with warm spices of cardamom and 2 different types of pepper, as in black and Szechuan. Throw in some hazelnut and some orris, and voila. Now this does have a little bit of a powdery undertone. Not a whole lot. There is a little bit of hazelnut, but not all that much, to be fair. It's pretty much just coffee, warm spices, and of course vetiver. This is a perfect fall all the way to springtime fragrance in my opinion. A lot of people on Fragrantica says it's more of a spring and fall fragrance, but I do think that you can wear it in the wintertime. It's actually quite versatile, dressing it down to dressing it up. And it's actually, I would say, a little bit more of an older scent, like someone who's more mature. So if you're a young person who likes this fragrance, you definitely a lot more mature and ahead in life, but awesome. This fragrance here is gonna be 7 to 9 hours. Fragrance number 3, this one might resonate a little bit more so with the older crowd, like the Gen Xers or maybe the older millennials themselves. This one does bring back some memories just because of that time. I didn't really wear this fragrance up until last year, to be honest, but this definitely does remind me of the time this one came out. Calvin Klein, man. So this came out in like between like, I don't know, like 2003 all the way to like maybe 2007. So it definitely does have that 2000s cologne vibe. But this one here, oh yeah, like this is very woody. It's got bay leaf, cypress, cedar. It's got violet leaf, incense, rosemary, and musk. So definitely very like heavy in violet leaf. So it does add that aromatic feel. Definitely the woods. You're gonna get that incense. There's the bay leaf to add some greenery to it, and you are gonna get like a musky dry down. So this stuff here, again, really, it's probably gonna relate to like more so people like my age. Like I'm almost 45 years old. But this stuff here is actually really good. This is fall and probably more so spring, daily casual. If you are a young person who wants to wear it to school, by all means, I think it's a good school scent. It's a work scent. It's just overall, it's just a daily casual scent that's good enough for school, and it's definitely good enough for work. Longevity off this one here is gonna be 6 to 8 hours. Fragrance number 4, this brand does great fragrances at an affordable price tag. Bentley MOMETUM Unlimited. So this is a great spring scent in my opinion, and I do think that you can wear it during the fall season as well. But this has vetiver, sandalwood, green apple, leather, musk, and definitely ambroxan. So this is an aromatic, airy kind of fragrance with loads of earthy undertones and a nice green crisp apple. So overall, it's more of a daytime fragrance. It's great for school. It's also great for work, just daily casual. Again, it's more of a spring scent, but I do think that you can wear it in the fall. And on cooler summer nights. I do think it's more of a casual fragrance if you're gonna wear it on an evening night out. And longevity off this one here is gonna be 7 to 9 hours. Fragrance number 5, this one is not one of my personal favorites, but I know that there's gonna be some people out there, well, if it's not one of your favorites, why is it in a top video? Because for what you're paying, like 20, 25 bucks, it's really not that bad, and it doesn't get a lot of mention. Maybe because it's such an old fragrance. It's 25 years old, it came out in 1997, but for what you're paying, it's really not that bad. Burberry's Weekend. This has loads of lemon, loads of grapefruit. I believe that there's some bergamot, maybe some mandarin, but definitely lemon and grapefruit. Ivy, musk, sandalwood, honey, and there's also melon as well. So this is super bright. It's very zesty, very effervescent. It's fresh, it's crisp. There is a little bit of the woods there, and it does have a little bit of a sweet undertone. I have to admit, however, that the reason why that this is not one of my favorites is because it's very synthetic. That lemon and grapefruit is very synthetic. If you don't mind synthetic, then this is one that you're not gonna mind at all. I'm gonna have to give this one a proper wearing. I have not worn this in, I gotta admit, like 7 years. Back in 2015, maybe even 2014. So I ended up having a bottle. I sold it because it wasn't for me. I ended up getting it just because I want some more Burberrys in my collection. And I do want to give this one a fair chance as well. This is more of a spring, but way more so of a summer scent. So just a warmer season scent, and longevity off this, from what I remember, was 4 to 6 hours. Fragrance number 6, this is probably my favorite in this list. Well, I would say my top 3 favorite in this list, but Baldessarini Cool Force. This stuff is just so fresh, inviting, it's clean, oh, very uplifting. There's like loads of citrus. There's myrtle to add that white floral. There's cologne, cedar, there's neroli, musk, sea notes. So it's just an overall very fresh, aromatic, a little bit of a white floral base, a white floral vibe with some rosewood, and definitely like a nice clean musky dry down. Super invigorating. It's a casual fragrance that's ageless, so high school all the way to a grandfather, and this is perfect for summertime. Longevity, 6 to 7 hours. Fragrance number 7 is going to be from a brand that I plugged a lot not too long ago, and I used to plug a lot of these fragrances for a short time. I was known as the ZEGNA guy, right? I will always be known as the Ferrari guy. I get that, but number 7 is going to be ZEGNA's INTENSO. I gotta say, this is quite close to Armani's Code. Not exactly, but it definitely goes along that Code route. So if you don't want to spend that Armani price tag, and I love Code. I actually have a travel spray bottle on the way. This smells very close, but just a fraction of the price tag. There's iris, there's tonka bean, like, so it definitely has that Code tonka bean. It's got vetiver, lemon, cardamom, and cedar. So the exact same versatility for Code would be for this. So longevity off this one here is actually pretty solid. 6 to 8 hours, under 40 bucks. It's more of a colder season scent, so since Code is a colder season scent, but this stuff is just as sexy, so definitely under the radar. Fragrance number 8 is going to be from a brand that I find is more so for the younger demographics, but if you want to wear this one, it's quite okay. I personally enjoy this one as well. Guess Dare. This has jasmine, cashmere wood, juniper berries, musk, cedar, and jasmine. So this is going to be a very fresh, but also very woody, aromatic type of fragrance. Very casual. In my review, I stated that this is best so suited for high school. I do think that you can wear it to work. It's good enough for the office. So, you know, I remember someone saying, hey, you don't know what you're talking about. That's a fact. But I do think that you can wear this to the office as well. So there's definitely that, like a little bit of a floral touch to it. Not overly, there is a little bit of a powdery undertone, but it's quite woody and quite fresh. Longevity, 6 to 7 hours. Almost forgot to state, this is more of a spring and fall fragrance. Fragrance number 9 is going to be from a cheapy brand. They got the Chrome line. So y'all know it's going to be from AZZARO, but what Chrome is it? Because they got a whole bunch of them. Chrome Pure. So this stuff is got like aquatic notes or sea notes. It's got loads of orange blossom. It's got cardamom. If it doesn't have cardamom, it definitely has some warm spices. It's got like bergamot or some citruses, some akigala woods. It's also got, I'm just looking at the notes, tonka bean for sure, and mate. So it's definitely got that sweetness from the tonka bean. You're gonna get the woods. You're going to get the orange blossom. And overall, this is just a fresh, white floral, citrusy, like aromatic, aquatic kind of fragrance. I do find that this would be a little bit more of a spring fragrance. I do find it may be a little bit too heavy for the summertime. A summer night out, like a casual night out, perfect. But during like that hot, humid summer day, it might be a little bit too much for that. So I would say that this is great for school, it's good for work, and just anything casual. Longevity off this was surprisingly quite good. I get anywhere from 7 to 9 hours. And fragrance number 10, this brand, the whole brand itself is like this for the younger guys out there, but if you're an older guy who wants to wear it, then rock it. Diesel's 0 Plus Eau Masculine. So this stuff has loads of notes, but I'll just read a little bit of it. It's got rose, heliotrope, so it definitely does have that floral touch. There is definitely the heliotrope to add that powdery touch. If you don't like powdery fragrances, then this is one that you may not like, but it's got warm spices of cardamom and nutmeg. It's ambery, it's musky, definitely gonna get that sweet vanilla, but there's also some jasmine to it as well. This has like that Coca-Cola vibe. It just has that Coca-Cola vibe. It's a very fun fragrance that I find is more so suited for a night out, but it's perfect for school as well. Oh, this stuff could be quite cloying as well, so you're gonna have to watch your applications. I would say 2, 3 sprays max and you're good. This is more of a fall and winter fragrance. I can smell it from here. Like, it really does have that fizzy, like Coca-Cola vibe. There's definitely sex appeal to this one, so very under the radar. You can get this for like 18 bucks. So 0 Plus Eau Masculine from Diesel. That's it. I just gave you 10 great fragrances for under $40 USD. Now, any reviews that I've done from these, and I've touched upon most of these, I will be working on a few more. I know off the bat, I have not touched upon these, and they will be in the works for the summertime. But if you want to see some other good top fragrances, like some top lists that are budget friendly, then please check out this side here. And before you go, please make sure to give me one of these, maybe another one if you can. And I do thank you for your time. Take care, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.